was probably our biggest rival. Lemon Ridge. It's funny because outside of 1A, most people don't even know who Tabbyone is. Or Manila. Manila. You've ever heard of them? Yeah? Well, we won state. 4 or 5. National League. That was really cool. 1A basketball.
Valley rivalry game tonight on the Game of the Week on the Valley Channel as the Skyview Bobcats head a little bit south to visit the Logan Grizzlies in the Grizzly Den. Now, these two teams have already met once this season, and Skyview owned the Grizz, a 30-plus point win at the Cache Classic. Mason Falsip and Peyton Falsip with 16 points apiece in that ball game to lead the way for the Bobcats. For the Grizzlies is Mr. Bagley. He does everything for them. Jared Bagley, he's averaging almost 17 points per game, one of the top scorers in 3A, but they had a big loss in Ryland Jones, who transferred before the season started. That guy is a freshman, averaging nearly 20 points per ball game. The Grizz are very young with only one senior on the whole squad. So, can the Grizzlies shake off a 30-point plus drubbing at the hands of the Bobcats just a couple of weeks ago, or will the Bobcats continue to own the Grizz? We'll find out coming up on the Game of the Week.
I am a cyclist. Soy un ciclista.
I am a cyclist.
Victoria. I train for it. I sacrifice for it. While they play, I train.
I conquer roads others can't.
You're driven to be the best, so you should train on the best. The 2014 Proform TDF, the official training bike of the Tour de France. It's the ultimate cyclist's training experience. With iFit and Google Maps, you'll ride the Tour. Choose any stage of the Tour or nearly every road on Earth and dig in. You'll see, feel, and ride the Tour. Climb like never before. Courchevel, Galibier, even Alpe d'Huez. Only the TDF gives you a 20% incline and decline. See it all right in front of you on our 7-inch color touchscreen. And train with power with our advanced power meter. With a TDF, you can ride almost every road on the planet. You can get the TDF with 0 down. Get yours today. Train better tomorrow.
I am a cyclist, and this is where I train.
The Game of the Week on the Valley Channel is brought to you by Icon Health and Fitness, changing lives with fitness innovation. Wendy's of Cache Valley. It's way better than fast food. It's Wendy's. Mountain Star Cache Valley Hospital. Together, we're greater. Lewiston State Bank, strong and vibrant for over a century. Cache Valley Electric, a tradition of excellence since 1915. New Smile Dental, experience dental care. Camp Chef, the way to cook outdoors. Cache Valley Hearing and Audiology, bring back what you've been missing. LSS Insurance, Bob Larson, personalized insurance coverage for your family and business. The Book Table, your family store for books, music, toys, art, and much more. Planet Fitness of Logan, no gym intimidation, and the Valley Channel, Cache Valley's television station for over 25 years. Well, Coach, it's probably nice to be back in the familiar confines, although the weather here is probably not as good as where you came from in that tournament down in California. You guys have played in a bunch of tournaments already this season.
Yeah, California was great. It was a really good experience for our kids to go down there and play in Oxnard. We were able to get 4 games and play back-to-back games, so a game every day. And really, I thought we did some really good things and came together, and we've improved a little bit through that. We went 2-2 down there. We saw some good teams, and then we also, we took it to a couple teams, and I thought really improved in areas that you want to improve in this time of year.
Did I see you have one senior on your squad? Is that correct?
Cody Brimhall, he's our one senior, and we're still a young team. getting challenged early on. It's been great. The week before that, we played in that Cache Classic, which I thought was outstanding to have that type of environment for our valley, and I really think it got people excited. We were able to play some tough games right off the bat, and then to go to that tournament down in California was great. And the week before that, we played our own tournament here, and so we've had the opportunity to play in 3 tournaments before Christmas break. That's pretty good.
What do you have to do tonight, first to limit Skyview, and then what do you have to do to be able to play your game?
We have to limit penetration. Their biggest thing is they're so quick, and they share the ball really well. We have to limit them driving to the hoop, because when they do, they're able to kick to shooters, and they're so good at that. And so we have to do a better job of taking one possession at a time. I felt like the last time we played them, we got a little bit rushed offensively and defensively, and it was quicksand for us. And it was a good learning experience for us. You don't want too many of those, but hopefully we learn from it. I feel like our guys are ready to go, and we understand the game plan going in.
All right, thanks, Coach. Good luck tonight.
Thank you.
Well, last time we saw Skyview, you guys had just barely started the season. It was your second game of the season. Now you've got a few games under your belt. You've got a number, 4 or 5 ranking in 5A, and the season started off pretty well for the Bobcats.
Yeah, it's still early on in the season. We're still working through a few things. We went up to Madison on Saturday and faced a very good Madison team, and they reminded us of a few things that we needed to work on. But we have been playing pretty well. The kids have been sharing the ball really well, having a lot of fun, getting after it on defense, and as a coach, that's what you like.
Those Falsliv boys, you look in the box score, and they're a little bit everywhere. They're not the whole team, but sometimes it seems like you got 5 of them out there.
It's fun to watch the box scores and look at it and notice that we're pretty balanced scoring, and that's kind of fun. It makes it hard for other teams to defend us. A different kid going off every night, but the Falslivs are doing a really good job for us this year. Peyton has been shooting his whole life, and he's a great shooter. Mason, a young guy kind of coming on the scene, but he does some really good things, creates for other guys, and Bracken is a mainstay. He rebounds for us, scores when we need him to, and there's been a lot of guys contribute, though. It's been really fun.
Bracken took over that Ridgeline game that we did late in that ball game. So as far as the game tonight against Logan, you already beat him pretty handily once this season. Is that dangerous for a bunch of teenage kids where they beat a team once pretty good and they maybe let their guard down?
For sure it is. I mean, we've talked about it, of course, but you still have to go out and play the game, and everybody talks about that. And it's tough to beat a team twice, and I think on paper we match up really well, but you got to go out and physically get it done. And so I think our kids are in the right mindset tonight. We'll find out in a hurry where we're at. We know that Logan's going to shoot the ball really well in their gym. They didn't shoot it well at Skyview, but they'll shoot it well tonight. So, I think we'll be all right if we bring some defensive intensity. I think we'll be okay.
All right, Coach. Good luck tonight.
Thanks. Appreciate it.
Say the word base. Say the word mess.
Well, hello, everyone, and welcome to the campus of Logan High School, the Grizzly Den, as they call it, where the oldest in-valley rivalry here in Cache Valley is taking place tonight. Logan against Skyview on the Game of the Week. I'm Eric Olson. I'll be with you tonight and all through this basketball season as we watch it unfold right before our eyes. This is the second time these two teams have met so far this season. Skyview beat Logan in the Cache Classic 75-42. Mason and Peyton Falsliv, along with Luke White, all with 16 points in that ball game for the Skyview Bobcats. They're 5-1. They're ranked number 5 in 5A. Their only loss was at Madison of Idaho up near Rexburg, 76-60. They really got shellacked up there. Peyton Falsliv had 18 points in that one, but they had a tough time against Madison. And I'll tell you, I've seen that Madison team in person for the last 3 or 4 years, and they play some good basketball up there at Madison. Peyton Falsliv, mentioning him and his 18 points, he's 11th in scoring in 5A, so he knows how to put the ball in the hoop. Averaging 14.8 per ball game. Mason Falsliv, the freshman, is averaging 13.6, and then Big Bracken Falsliv, the other senior, 6 points per game. So almost 35 points per game between the three of them. Luke White balances that crew out nicely with his 11 points per ball game. And then Connor Meekum runs things at the point for the most part. You'll see Landon Schumann, Mike Paulson, James Gibson, Carter Barish, and Andrew Dean most likely in this game as well. For the Logan Grizzlies, they've played in 3 tournaments. The Cash Classic, the Clash of the Coast in Oxnard, California that they just got back from, and the Grizzly Classic that took place right here a couple of weeks ago. Only one senior on this basketball team, and that's Cody Brimhall. He averages 10 points per game. He's 6'2". But their leading scorer is Jared Bagley at 16.9 points per game. He's 7th in 3A in scoring. And the big man down low, Braden Roberts at 6'5", averages almost 10 points and 8 rebounds per game. He's 7.5 rebounds per game, and that's not good for number 5 in 3A. They were 2-2 of that Clash of the Coast tournament in California. They beat Agoura and Rio Mesa, lost to Frontier and Oxnard. So they come back from that 2-2, and that's been pretty much the story of their season thus far, kind of 500. They're 5-5 on the season. And one of the big storylines for the Grizzlies that, you know, they don't really want to talk about and worry about too much because there's nothing you can do about it, but we can take all the time talking about it we want. Losing Rylan Jones. Of course, his dad was an assistant coach up at Utah State and got a job with the University of Utah, and so the family moved down to the Salt Lake area. And now Rylan Jones, who as a freshman last year averaged nearly 20 points per game, takes his game down to Olympus High School, and he's playing for Olympus and doing well down there. He's a good ball player, and it's a big loss for this Grizzly team that, as we mentioned, only has one senior on the entire team. They'll start McDade and Bagley, McDade is a sophomore, Bagley is a junior. Cooper Ward and Braden Roberts are both juniors. Robbie Ballum comes off the bench as a junior. Josh Jensen is a sophomore, as is Charlie Jensen. So a lot of youth on this team. And you get the sense, talking to Coach Logan Brown of the Grizzlies, that he's pretty excited to see what his team can do this year, and that this is kind of a fun challenge for him. He's one of those coaches that gives off that positive vibe almost every time you talk to him, but it just seems like he's got a little bit of a, I don't know, he's pretty interested this season to see what these guys can do. I think he feels like he's sitting on a lot of potential in speaking with him, with this team and people around this team. It'll be interesting tonight, though. The Grizzlies lost to Skyview by 33 points earlier this season. Well, does Skyview take them lightly and let the Grizz sneak one out tonight, or do the Bobcats continue on with their winning ways? We're going to find out soon enough, as we are just a couple of minutes away from the tip-off. We're going to take a quick break, a timeout. We'll come back with the starting lineups and the tip-off. Skyview at Logan. You're watching the Game of the Week on the Valley Channel.
People used to ask, "Where's the beef?" And Wendy's always had the answer. But now,
where's the beef?
Means something different, because some use beef frozen from as far away as Australia.
What's wrong with Australia?
But if you ask Wendy's, the juiciest hamburgers are made with beef raised
right here
to get here. So fast, it never needs to be frozen, unlike some other guys. Funny that beef from close by makes Dave's single and double so deliciously different. Score one for the guys without cool accents.
Back at Logan High School, the Grizzly Den, the home of the Logan Grizzlies. The Grizzlies playing 100 years worth of ball here. They've been playing ball a long time at Logan High. In fact, you can see it. I don't know if you can, you can't really make it out in that shot right there, but the back of their warm-ups say 100 years is a tribute to that. Been around a long time, fine institution, and boy, they've churned out some good ball players in football and basketball and in other arenas as well. As you look at their wall of fame here, you've got people like Rod Tueller, of course, Bob Stokes, Alan Parrish, Bob Lariski, all names that people would recognize, and some of the more recent ones, well, Rick Thorne and Charles Abuo. Charles Abuo, I got to call a lot of the games almost all the games that he played in, and he went on to play at BYU and was He was a heck of a ball player, and he's the most recent on the Grizzly Wall of Fame. He played from 2004 to 2007. Of course, Skyview has had plenty of ball players of their own that have come through there, and a lot of them end up playing up here at Utah State. So that's been a lot of fun seeing the local players make good here and play in college. There's a Wall of Fame. Well, Skyview turns it around, and tomorrow they host Highland of Idaho. They beat them by 4 in the first game of the year, and that was up at Highland. That's up in Pocatello. And tomorrow night they play them here in Smithfield. We're ready for the national anthem here at Logan High School. So let's step aside for the anthem and come back. Starting lineup. You're watching Game of the Week on the Valley Channel.
In Utah, nothing is greater than our liberty. And going is always greater than stopping. So when we look for an emergency room, we don't just want one we can trust. We want one we can trust to respect our time. That's why Mountain Star ERs offer board-certified emergency specialists and short wait times. Mountain Star. Together, we're greater.
Rendition of the national anthem performed by Logan students here before the ball game. Ready now for the starting lineups. I know that Coach Hilliard has juggled his starting lineup a little bit, so we'll see who his starters end up being tonight. Projected for Meekum, Falslev, White, Falslev, and Falslev. So if we say Falslev, we've got a 67% chance of being correct. And for the Grizzlies, they've routinely used 7 and 8 players on the evening. Well, it's filling in here, not bad for a Tuesday night crowd. I look behind me and I can see a lot of the Ridgeline players that are here tonight watching this ball game. So first for the Skyview Bobcats, their starters. 0, Connor Meekum, the 5'11" senior. Number 1, Mason Falslev, the freshman, at 6'1", averaging 13.6 per game. Peyton Falslev, double deuce, number 22 at 6'3", the senior. Will run along with Bracken Falslev, the 6'4" senior, and then Luke White, the 6'6" senior, who can play inside and out. And they turn the lights off here at Logan. For the Grizz at 5'9", the sophomore, number 1, Anthony McDade. Cody Brimhall, the lone senior on this team at 6'2", averages 10 points a game. He and McDade both averaging 10 points per game. Number 3 is the junior, Jared Bagley, 16.9 points per ball game, one of the top scorers in 3A. Josh Jensen at 6'6" gets the start tonight. Number 23, the sophomore for the Grizzlies. And then Braden Roberts at 6'5", one of the top rebounders in 3A. He's a junior, number 32. So going big are the Grizzlies at 6'6" and 6'5" to try to match up with the Bobcats, who go 6'6", 6'4", 6'3", 6'1", and 5'11" in their starting five. And my goodness, what a bunch of pomp and circumstance for a high school game. I don't remember it being that fun back when I was a kid. We'd have to slop the hogs first, brand the cows, and dehorn them, ride the horse to the stadium, and then we play with a rock and a basket. All right, White will jump along with Jensen. This is a tough place to play, the Logan student body right on top of you, and they are vocal throughout this game. The Grizz working around the perimeter, looking at a man defense by the Bobcats. Bagley straight away, looking for McDade as a cutter, and Jensen can't find him, so they continue to work it around the perimeter. Roberts looks for McDade, cutting through, can't find him, so now they come near side. There's Roberts all alone. Braden Roberts with the first bucket of the game. Very patient offense for the Grizzlies. I don't think they want to get into a run and gun match with these Bobcats. White drives on Bagley. Now gives it up to Falslev. Mason Falslev hits the deck, and he hit his head on the floor. The ball goes out of bounds. McDade touched it last. Falslev laid there for a moment and then got up. Kind of put his hands up to his head like, ow. But he seems to be all right. He'll inbound to Meekum. White fires for three. Too hard, rebounded by Jensen. Jensen to McDade, and now the Grizz start that offense. Bagley pulls up and kicks it back out front to Brimhall, and the Grizzlies being patient with it. Looking for the cutter, and it's turned over. Well, the Grizzlies got, one of the Bobcats got their hand in that passing lane of Logan, knocked it down, and here come the Bobcats, trailing 2-0 with 6:20 to play in the first. Brimhall knocks that pass away. Intended for Peyton Falslev. Peyton Falslev takes one dribble to his left, fires up a three, and Bracken Falslev tips it up and in. We saw him take over in the fourth quarter against Ridgeline to cement that victory for the Bobcats, and he ties it with that tip in at 2. The Grizzlies with their third possession. Here's Bagley getting to the rim. Lay it up, spins out of bounds off the Bobcats. Looked like Peyton Falslev got a finger on it, flipped it out of bounds. And Bagley will trigger in. Bagley, Anderson, and Jones were such a killer trio last year for the Logan Grizzlies. Anderson graduated, Jones transferred to Olympus. And now Bagley has some different running mates. McDade at 5'9" averages 10 points a game. Bagley bump, loses it, McDade gets it back and throws it cross court. Brimhall saves it back in right to Falslev, to White. Oh, and he has it knocked away by Bagley. What hustle. Brimhall, three, no good. Rebound, Falslev. It falls into Mason Falslev's hands. White, stop, go, lose the ball. 2 turnovers for the Bobcats. McDade, pull up, too hard. Rebounded by Mason Falslev, and a reach-in foul on McDade. First foul of the ball game. 4:46 to play in the first period. We're tied at 2. Both teams putting the clamps down defensively. Not a lot of good looks. Logan's had better looks, but missed shots. Falslev puts his shoulder down, has to kick it back out to Peyton Falslev. He loses it, gives it back to Mason. He pulls up for 3. Won't go, rebounded by Roberts. White tried to come in there and steal it away, but Roberts kicks it forward to Bagley, and he dials up the long ball. 5-2 Logan. Here's a turnover. Skyview with 3 giveaways here in this first period. We've only played half of the first period. McDade, 3, short, and it goes out of bounds over the backboard. Midway through this first period, the Grizzlies lead by 3, 5-2, and Brimhall will take a seat into the ball game is Cooper Ward. Cooper Ward, a junior. Logan falls back into a zone. Peyton Falslev, 3, looking to tie it, can't do it. McDade tracks down the loose ball and brings it across. Another offensive foul on Logan. That one's going to be on Jensen. Setting the bad pick. 3 turnovers apiece for these teams after the offensive foul. 3:42 to play in the first, 5-2. Logan leading Skyview. White, angle left. Down in the corner to Falslev. Peyton Falslev gives it up to Mason Falslev, and then they find White after they move it around the perimeter. He misses. Rebounded by Bagley. Bagley stopping, popping, hitting. Bagley with 5, and it's a 7-2 Logan lead. With 3 minutes to play in the quarter. Falslev to the rim, misses. Rebounded out of there by Logan. Here's Roberts near the rim. Braden Roberts makes it 9-2 Logan. Jace Perry, number 5, into the ball game for the Grizzlies. Meekum finds Bracken Falslev. He kicks it back to Peyton Falslev. He takes it back from White. His foot was on the 3-point line, but they call it a 3. Must have slid his toe back just in time. And finally, the Bobcats find the range. Perry answers at the other. (11-5), a 6-point lead for the Grizzlies. And a walk, another turnover as Mason Falslev shuffled his feet before he put the ball on the floor. McDade will sit, and Brimhall comes back into the ball game. So it's Bagley, Perry with the ball, Roberts, Brimhall, who has the ball now, and Cooper Ward for the Bobcats. White, Falslev, and Meekum for the Bobcats. It was the Grizzlies I mentioned before. The Bobcats staying with their starting lineup. The Grizzlies being patient with it and working around the perimeter. The Bobcats extending the defense now. Logan holding on to a 6-point lead, led by as many as 7 here in this first period. They've never trailed. Brimhall backs it out against Meekum. 1:20 to play in the first period. Roberts holds. Brimhall comes to get it. And Brimhall's fouled by Meekum. Brimhall put his shoulder down, tried to drive past Meekum. Meekum took a poke at the ball and got called for the foul. Michael Paulson into the ball game now for Skyview. Jensen replaces Roberts for Logan. Here's the foul. It was kind of before he made his move. He had his arm across his body. And that's what they whistled him for. 1 minute to play in the quarter, 11-5 Logan. They started the game with this offense, ended up getting a wide open layup. And they've led ever since. Being very patient. Jensen has it go through his hands as Bagley turned and kind of fired a pass to him. He was only about 5 feet away, and it went through Jensen's hands, and it's a turnover. So Logan burned a lot of time off the clock and came up with nothing. False slip blocked, and a foul called on Jensen. That's the second foul on Josh Jensen. The second team foul on Logan. Skyview with one. Here's a look. See, does he get him down low? He bumps him with the body because the block was clean, but he bumped him down in that hip area before the block, and that was the call. Falslip hits the first free throw. Jensen and Perry sit for the Grizzlies. Mason Falslip sits for Skyview. Bracken Falslip with a chance to cut it to a 4-point Logan lead. Second free throw, rims in and out and back in again. Schumann into the ball game along with Barish for Skyview. McDade back on for the Grizz. They're going to extend the defense, are the Bobcats, with 30 seconds to play in the first period. They ran just over a minute off the clock, right about a minute off the clock on their last possession, and ended up turning it over. Speaking of the Grizzlies, Ward decides against the three and backs it out. 10 seconds left in the period. 11-7 Logan. They've led this entire first period and they've slowed things down. McDade with a 1 second underhand scoop, won't go, and it's rebounded by White. Good look from McDade. And he looked at his hand like it betrayed him. And the Grizzlies, though, have the 4-point lead as we head into the second. 11-7 Logan leading Skyview.
The more you learn about your insurance, the more gaps you may find. Like how you think you have coverage for this when you only have coverage for this. That's not homework. Talk to farmers and see what gaps could be hiding in your coverage.
We are farmers. Bum, 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 bum.
Give us a call at 752-9493. You'll be glad you did.
Back at Logan High School, Eric Olson along with you as we get ready to start the second period. Logan leading Skyview 11-7. Skyview has never led in this ball game. Skyview beat Logan by 33 points in their last meeting just a couple of weeks ago. Logan's come out and they're just running kind of a, I don't even know if you'd call it a motion type, maybe a motion type of offense, and working it around the perimeter, looking for cutters, and just really not in any hurry at all. They got a wide open look on their first possession of the game from it. And they got a pretty good look to end the quarter, and McDade just couldn't get it to fall. And the Grizzlies lead by 4. They've led by as many as 7. They led 9-2. And Skyview closes on a 5-2 advantage. They close that first period. Turnovers for both teams, 4 for Skyview, 4 for Logan. Schumann kicks it out. Barish with a good look. Won't go. Rebound tipped out of there by Brimhall. Brimhall, the lob to Roberts, too hard. Just as he came across midcourt with a long lob, and Roberts couldn't get up there and get it. Here's White, giving it off to Schumann. And he gives it up to Paulson, who's blocked by Bagley. Bagley, one-on-one against Barish, and a foul called on Barish. Second foul of the game for Skyview. Logan with 3 of their own. And Bagley, so take a look, Barish just bumps into him. Just enough that he misses the layup attempt. Bagley steps to the line for 2. And he hits 1 of 2. Back out to a 5-point Logan advantage. Schumann. Barish loses it. Oh, and a foul called late. You know what? Barish lost it on his own. They're going to call a foul on McDade. Barish lost the ball on his own, but McDade may have swatted him as he turned the corner. McDade picks up his second. Watch. See if we can see it here. I don't know. Sometimes you call what it looks like. And we had a better camera angle than the official on that one. Really couldn't tell if he got his arm or not. And Skyview makes him pay with a 3-pointer. Paulson with a 3 and brings the Bobcats back as close as they've been since this game started. 12-10. Logan. Bagley with the spin, gets inside, hits the deck, ball won't go, and a travel. A lot of contact that knocked him off balance. And the Bobcats with a chance to tie or take the lead. Down low, Schumann's a free. And Schumann could have had an and one as he got hit on the head. Grizzlies with 6 turnovers. And we're tied at 12. 6 minutes to play. The back cut by Brimhall. Lean in and score. White has a good look. He's fouled on the 3-pointer. He'll go to the line as Ward was late recovering and he got all sorts of Luke White's arm. So White averages 11 points a game. He hasn't scored yet in this one. He has a chance to give the Bobcats their first lead of the ball game. So he'll go to the line for 3. You can watch this and it's pretty obvious what's happened here. Oops. White makes the first, misses the second. Hey, call the Factory Pizzeria. Ask them for their holiday special. You get a large 2-topping pizza, small nachos, and 4 sodas for just $24.99. That's the Factory Pizzeria there on South Main below Gia's. You can call them or go in. Tell them you heard about their holiday special on the Game of the Week. A large 2-topping pizza, small nachos, and 4 sodas for $24.99. 2 out of 3 for Luke White from the free throw line, so he's on the board. We're tied at 14. McDade working against Paulson and a near turnover. Bagley turns around and says to McDade something about that play. They'll try to get on the same page. Brimhall gives it off to Bagley. Bagley, herky-jerk move, gets into the paint. And let's see what this call is. They're going to call it on Mason Falsliff. 3rd team foul on Skyview. Logan with 5. Haven't been a ton of whistles so far in this game. Inside, Brimhall, double team, goes up, walked. Oh, they're going to call him for an offensive foul. Looked like he might have shuffled his feet, but they're going to say that he pushed off. Brimhall picks up his first. That's the 6th team foul on Logan. Bryce Ellis into the ball game for Logan. So now Skyview with a chance to take the lead. Mason Falsliff's 3, too hard. Rebound fought for. Schumann was there, but it's Ellis who comes out with it. Bagley hands off to Roberts. He missed Brimhall cutting through. Now Roberts fires a long 3, short. Off to the left side, and Ellis saves it back in right to the Bobcats. Paulson down the barrel, kicks it back out, and going up for the shot and being called for the walk is Carter Barish. So Barish turns it over for the Bobcats. Took too many steps before that ball hit the ground. You see that a lot. Guys will start and they'll take 2 steps and then the ball will hit the ground. Got to start that dribble before that second step hits. Ward to McDade. McDade fakes left, goes right, kicks it back out to Ward. He leans in, hits the deck. Shot goes awry, and Barish comes up with the board. Back to Peyton Falslev. 3-ball. Yes. Falslev, 2 threes, 6 points in the ball game. And the Bobcats, with their first lead of the game midway through this second period, 17-14. Roberts down low, has a strip. That went off his leg and out of bounds. Logan with their 7th turnover. And Logan also has 6 fouls, so the next foul on the Grizzlies will put them over the limit. And Skyview will be shooting free throws the rest of the half. Skyview leads by 3. White, Peyton Falslev, Bracken Falslev, Mason Falslev, and Connor Meekum, the starters, back into the ball game for Skyview. Falslev goes against Bagley, kicks it back out to White, spins left all the way around. And Falslev drains a 3. Peyton Falslev, 3 3-pointers in the game and 9 points. Out to a 6-point lead for Skyview. And Grizzlies in trouble. They need a bucket. They've been outscored 13-3 here in the first 4.5 minutes of this second period. Bracken Falslev knocks that one away, but Brimhall gets it back. And the Grizzlies continue with the patient offense. Ward hands off to Brimhall. And Skyview playing man. Here's the bounce pass to Bagley underneath and one. Bagley with the V-cut. Got his defender leaning one way and he went the other. Mason Falslev with the foul. What a good look right there. Bagley will go to the line. He has 8 points. Chance to cut the Skyview lead in half. Bagley hits the free throw. He's got 9 points. And the Bobcats lead by 3 with 3 minutes to play in the half. 20-17 Skyview. This one tipped away. Bagley got his hand on it out front of everybody as Ellis lays it up and in. Well, Logan answers with a run of their own after it looked like Skyview was getting ready to put the hammer down. Falslev down low. Bracken Falslev, 6 points in the half. Back to a 3-point Skyview lead. Bagley, pull-up jumper, got it. Drops it right in the eye of Mike Paulson. 11 points for Bagley. 22-21, Skyview. White, shaking, Bacon, getting a man in the air and then still getting it blocked. Brimhall, between the legs, leans in, fires, misses, gets his own board, puts it back up, and the Grizzlies regain the lead. Brimhall with 4, all 4 here in the second. 23-22, Logan. White gets free on the baseline, finds Peyton Falslev, 3-ball. Won't go. Bracken Falslev with the big rebound. And all Cooper Ward can do is foul him. He just kind of puts his arm across his shoulder and head. Try to keep him from going back up. And free throws coming for Bracken Falslev. Are they going to say he was shooting, or is it going to be a 1-and-1? Cooper Ward, that's his second foul. 1:40 to play in the first half. 23-22 Logan. And Bracken Falslev goes to the free throw line where he's 2 of 2. And he misses on the front end of the 1-and-1. But Peyton Falslev keeps it alive, and Meekum comes out with it. Bracken Falslev again down low. He lays it in. 8 for Bracken Falslev. And Skyview seesaws back out in front. 24-23. Brimhall, 3 ball, rims out, rebounded by Meekum. That one did everything but tickle the twine. 1:10 to play in the first half, and this 3 rims out for Falseth. Ball free, and it goes out of bounds. It hits the stanchion. Oh, and they're going to say it was touched last by Logan, and Coach Brown comes apart on that. Boy, I'm not sure. I didn't see who touched it last, so I have no comment. But Logan Brown didn't like it at all. McDade will sit. Here's the lob into White. As he leans in, he walked first. 6 turnovers for the Bobcats. So Skyview hanging on to the 1-point lead. Logan with the ball. 1 minute to play in the first half. 24-23 Skyview. This one knocked out of bounds by Luke White. Let's see if Logan tries to work this around the perimeter and work for the last shot like they did to end the quarter. Oh, they tried a lob to Roberts, and Roberts mistimed his jump. He threw it right over his head. Peyton Falseth fires from the baseline and hits. Peyton Falseth, silky smooth. 11 for Peyton Falseth. It's a 3-point lead for Skyview at 26-23. 38 seconds to play in the half. Barish is chasing Bagley around. The Grizzlies look like they're going to run it down unless they get a really good look. They'll probably run it down for the last shot. 10 seconds to play in the half. Bagley with it. Ward gives to Brimhall. There's Bagley with 4. 3, Bagley. 15-foot jumper, rims around and out, and that's the end of the first half. Logan led after 1 and now trails by 3 as the teams head to the locker room at the Grizzly Den. 26 for Skyview, Logan 23. You're watching the Game of the Week on the Valley Channel.
Becoming established doesn't happen overnight. It isn't awarded by one single act. Being established comes from a lifetime of holding on to what is most important, even when it is most difficult. Being established doesn't mean doing what's always been done. It means doing what's right. Lewiston State Bank, established in 1905, established for your future.
Over the period of time, my hearing became worse and worse.
Over the course of the years, I developed a hearing loss, and I would not be able to hear my employees talk to me sometimes.
For Paul Days and Cache Valley's integrity, his character, his background, his equipment, I would recommend him to anyone for a hearing aid specialist.
The Game of the Week on the Valley Channel is brought to you by Icon Health and Fitness, changing lives with fitness innovation. Wendy's of Cache Valley. It's way better than fast food. It's Wendy's. Mountain Star Cache Valley Hospital. Together, we're greater. Lewiston State Bank, strong and vibrant for over a century. Cache Valley Electric, a tradition of excellence since 1915. New Smile Dental, experience dental care. Camp Chef, the way to cook outdoors. Cache Valley Hearing and Audiology, bring back what you've been missing. LSS Insurance, Bob Larson, personalized insurance coverage for your family and business. The Book Table, your family store for books, music, toys, art, and much more. Planet Fitness of Logan, no gym intimidation and only $10 a month. Aspen Dental, get that gorgeous smile you've always wanted. The Logo Shop, we logo stuff, all kinds of stuff. And the Valley Channel, Cache Valley's television station for over 25 years.
And that's why I don't like gyms.
Well, Megan, we're not a gym. We're Planet Fitness.
No gym intimidation, no lunks, clean and spacious. Just $10 a month. We're not a gym. We're Planet Fitness.
Now the Logan High cheerleaders performing here at the half and an entertaining halftime and an entertaining first half here at Logan High School as the Bobcats lead the Grizzlies 26-23. The Bobcats were led by Peyton Falslev, 11 points. He had 3 3-pointers in that first half. 8 points for Bracken Falslev doing that dirty work down in the paint, and then 2 points apiece for Luke White and Landon Schumann. Mike Paulson with 3 off the bench. Mason Falslev, who averages almost 14 a game, didn't score, neither did Connor Meekum, the other starter. For the Grizzlies, they were paced by Jared Bagley. He had 11 points in the first half, 4 apiece for Cody Brimhall and Braden Roberts, while Jace Perry and Bryce Ellis came off the bench to score 2 points each. Anthony McDade, who averages 10 a game, did not score in that first half. As Logan trying to slow it down and keep it low scoring, they've been able to do so, but I think one thing that's happened is Skyview's been able to start knocking down their 3-pointers. 4 3-pointers in the first half for Skyview, only 1 for Logan. And that's really been the difference in a 3-point game. That's 4 points difference right there. Well, we're a couple of minutes away from the second half tip-off here on the Game of the Week. It's Skyview 26, Logan 23. You're watching the Game of the Week on the Valley Channel.
Explore what we have to do and what Utah has to offer, and see and learn about the great state that you and I live in.
Hi, Cache Valley. This is Fernando with the Factory Pizzeria. We're running a special right now. We're giving out free nachos when you buy a large pizza with 3 toppings. Just mention this out and you're gonna get a free nachos every time you come. The Factory Pizzeria is located in 119 South Main, below the Gias in the basement. Come see as soon as you can. Thank you.
PCs Unlimited is Cache Valley's first choice for all things computer. For over 20 years, our friendly and knowledgeable staff have been there to help you with on-site and in-store service, repair, diagnostics, networking, upgrades, system and data recovery, all of your computer needs. Our prices are low and our customer service is the best. Come see the professionals at PC's Unlimited, 610 North Main in Logan.
Vehicle won't start? We can fix that. Not running right? We can fix that. Won't stop? We can fix that. Auto Evolution. Honest service at a fair price on Airport Road.
Back at Logan High School. Eric Olson along with you on the game of the week as the Grizzlies trail Skyview 26-23. An entertaining first half as Logan blew away, or excuse me, Skyview blew away Logan 75-42 the first time these two teams played just a couple of weeks ago, and so this one much more competitive so far than that one. Of course, Logan plays pretty well on their home court. Logan led in the first half by as many as 7 in the early going. Skyview came back to take the lead, and they led by as many as 6 in that second quarter. Now they lead by 3, and Logan with the ball to start the second half. They played a slow down pace, really moving the ball and looking for cutters in that first half. And as a result, we have a 26-23 score. Skyview outscored Logan 19-12 in that second period after leading 11-7 after one. Bagley with 11 points and the ball as he and Peyton Falslev share the high scorers honors. Free throw line jumper by McDade won't go. Roberts too hard, gets his own board, puts it back. Braden Roberts has 6. Mason Falslev all the way to the rim, misses, but it's put back by Bracken Falslev. Everybody talks about Peyton and Mason, but every time I've seen the Bobcats, it's Bracken Falslev that's been impressed. The other two are as well, but come away with appreciation for what Bracken Falslev does without a lot of fanfare. There's Roberts on the cut, putting it up and in. He has 8 points in the first 2 buckets of the half. For Skyview, Brimhall reached out and grabbed Peyton Falslev by the shoulder. And that should be before the shot, and it will be. Probably ends up being a good foul. Because Falslev, look here, Falslev was probably going to score. Jensen was there, but he rotated over, and then Falslev probably would look like he had found the man coming in from the backside. Pass gets away from Falslev. And the Grizzlies with the ball and a chance to regain the lead, trailing 28-27. 6:20 to play in the third period. We're at Logan High School. Skyview played man most of the way. Here's the lob to Brimhall. Catches, turns, and puts it in one motion. Brimhall with 6 on an athletic move. And Logan gets the lead back. Falslev was alone out around the rim. Misses here. Rebound by Mason Falslev. He dribbles it off his foot and out of bounds. The freshman's having a tough game. Hasn't scored. The shot's just not there. I'm sure he'll keep on shooting as he picks up McDade. Logan by 1. Brimhall hands back to Roberts. Roberts motions him through. Now McDade. McDade looks down to Roberts, posting up. An offensive foul on who? You're going to call it on Roberts for using just a little bit too much to seal his man down there. Roberts picks up his first foul, second foul of the half for Logan. Not a lot of whistles in this game. For the most part, they've let them both play. Not a lot of whistles for fouls. We've had a lot of traveling calls in this one. Mason Falslev steps in and finally connects. And Skyview back out front, 30-29. Bagley cuts through, Brimhall holds. And Logan continues to move around the perimeter. McDade for three, and he's finally on the board. And that three-pointer gives Logan a 2-point lead. Underneath, one of the Bobcats is free, gives it up to Bracken Falslev, who has his shot blocked. Bagley down the lane, kicks it back out to Brimhall. He loses it off his foot. Logan's first turnover of the second half, and Bracken Falslev scores and one. Roberts put a hand in his back. Falslev felt it, hit the deck, and he'll get the shot. Falslev with 12, and a free throw coming. Take a look right at the end of this play. Falslev gets up, and Roberts just gives him that little shove. Falslev felt it, went with it, and goes to the line. He's got 13. And with that three-point play, Skyview back out in front, 33-32, midway through the third period. Roberts with 2 fouls here in the early going of this second half. James Gibson is in the ball game for the first time for the Bobcats. Bagley, pull up Jay, won't go. Rebound fought for. Jensen gets it and a foul called. That looked like a pretty good strip by Meekum, but the official standing there was about 6 feet away. Meekum picks up his second. Let's see if we can see. May have come across his arm with it. Jensen misses the free throw. First chance at the line for Jensen. Logan, 2 of 3 on free throws in this game. 5 of 6 for Skyview from the line. Jensen on the board as he hits the second free throw and ties it at 33. Meekum, his first shot attempt of the game. Won't go. Bracken Falslev. 7 for Falslev here in the quarter. He's got 15 in the game to lead all scorers. Bagley has 13, looking for 15 himself. Gets in the lane, it won't drop, but he'll go to the line. And they're going to call it on Meekum. That's his third. There's some body contact. They've been calling that all night as Bagley hits the free throw. Bagley's second free throw is good. And we're tied at 35. 3:20 to play in the third. Barish into the ball game for the Bobcats, who gives it off to White. Mason Falslev loses it in traffic, gets it back to Barish. It goes out of bounds off the foot of who? It looked like it went off the foot of Bagley, and they're going to say Barish touched it last. So the Bobcats with their 8th turnover. Logan has 8 as well. Three minutes to play in the third, tied at 35. Underneath, Brimhall with the lay-in. Brimhall with 8. Logan back out front, 37-35. Logan in a little bit of scramble defensively. Falslev fakes the 3, and Brimhall put his hands on him. Brimhall doesn't like it, but they've been calling it the same way, especially this official right here. He's been calling it the same way all night. So you got to figure it out and adjust, and Brimhall picks up his third. Inside. Skyview gets free. And it's Luke White with his 4th point of the ball game. He's had a quiet game so far. Bagley tied at 37. Underhand scoop. Bagley with 17. 39-32 Skyview. Bracken Falsliv doubled, loses it. Roberts comes up with it. 9 turnovers for the Bobcats. Bagley slips by Falsliv, misses the layup attempt. Here's Mason Falsliv on the other end, and one. A reach in by the Grizzlies, and the Bobcats with a chance to regain the lead. McDade just picked up number 4. Brimhall takes a seat. For now, McDade's still in there. You wonder if they'll get him off the floor for the last 2 minutes of this quarter. Mason Falsliv's free throw, no good. Falsliv has 4 points. Here's McDade getting in the lane. McDade with 5, all 5 of them here in this period. 41-39 Logan. Falsliv climbs the ladder to get that pass. Peyton Falsliv, wide open look. You know what the result of that will be. 14 for Peyton Falsliv. And Skyview back out front, 42-41. A 30-second timeout on the floor by Logan. As we've gone back and forth in this third period, the Bobcats led by 3 at the half. And a faster pace and more scoring here in this third. In fact, Logan scored 18 points in this third period. Skyview scored 16. Check that. Yeah, that's right, 16. Math is hard. Take a look at our schedule for the rest of 2016 and jumping into the first of the year. Mountain Crest at Logan is our next game after Christmas. That's on the 30th. That's a Friday, next Friday. Mountain Crest here at Logan. We should just leave all our stuff set up for the next 10 days. And we'll see Mountain Crest again as they play at Skyview in our first game of 2017. Ward passes it cross court. Ellis can't get there and loses it out of bounds. Ward just kind of chucked that one across court. Turns it over. 9 turnovers for the Grizzlies. 1 point Skyview lead. They led by 3 at the half. Logan led by 4 at the end of 1. White passes up the 3. Falsliv gets inside, blocked by Roberts. Ball is free and Mason Falsliv has it. Bracken Falsliv with it, back underneath to Peyton Falsliv. Oh, and they're going to call Roberts on the foul. Let's see if he had his hand on his body because it didn't look like he swatted him on the arm. Roberts picks up his 3rd. Now, Logan folks don't like that one. Let's see. Watch the body here. Oh, boy. Tough break for Roberts. He'll sit. And Falsliv calmly drains the first free throw. He has 15 points. Right at his average. Makes the second. And it's a 3-point Skyview lead. And what'd they call? They call Logan again for a foul. Looked like an illegal screen they call on Josh Jensen, his 3rd. The Grizzlies with 7 team fouls, Skyview with 2. I mean, that's a turnover for the Grizzlies. A mile away from the basket before they even get the ball across midcourt. White misses, and now a foul on Logan. Schumann, if you're a coach, it drives you crazy to see your guys fouling like that where you turn it over and lose possession. Schumann fighting for the board, picks up the foul, his first. 3rd team foul for the Bobcats. 38 seconds to play in this third quarter. It's been back and forth. The Grizzlies took over the lead, and now Skyview back in front by 3. Logan looking like they're going to play for the last shot. Bagley has 17 to lead all scorers. Peyton Falslev has 16 for Skyview. 10 seconds. Bagley took his eye off the ball, just about lost it. McDade doesn't take the three, drives baseline, hands it off to Roberts, who lays it in. And that's the end of the third period. Roberts with the bucket. He has 10 points in the game, 6 in the period, and it's a 1-point game as we head to the fourth. Skyview leading Logan in the game of the week.
People used to ask,
where's the beef?
And Wendy's always had the answer. But now,
Where's the beef?
means something different because some use beef frozen from as far away as Australia.
What's wrong with Australia?
But if you ask Wendy's, the juiciest hamburgers are made with beef raised
right here
to get here. So fast, it never needs to be frozen, unlike some other guys. Funny that beef from close by makes Dave's single and double so deliciously different. Score one for the guys without cool accents.
8 minutes to play in this ball game as we get set to start the fourth quarter. 44-43, Skyview leads Logan. Hey, go get on the phone right now and call the Factory Pizzeria. Tell them you want their holiday special, a large 2-topping pizza. You get a free nachos with it and 4 sodas. $24.99 is your total on that. 2-topping pizza, a large one, small nachos, 4 sodas. $24.99, that's the holiday special at the Factory Pizzeria. 18 points in that period. For Skyview, 20 for Logan. Skyview gets the ball to start. They scored almost as many points in that third quarter as they did the whole first half. Shots were falling for these teams. Schumann gets himself free, misses from point-blank range. Instead of a 3-point Skyview lead, Logan has a chance to take the lead. Schumann had a great look. He'd love to have that one back, I'm sure. Ellis and Ward play catch on the far side. Everything over on the right side of the floor right now for the Grizzlies. So we approach the 7-minute mark in this ball game. Now we're over on the left side. Ward with the back cut to Roberts. Loses it, gets it back, throws it up. And the bump by Peyton Falslev, his first foul of the game. Only the 4th team foul on Skyview. Logan's over the limit already with 7. So free throws the rest of the game for the Bobcats. Roberts toes the line for his first free throw of the fourth quarter. And misses his first free throw of the game. His points he scored. Paulson was sitting for Skyview. Meekum back in. Misses both. Fighting Brack. Falslev for the board, and Falslev wins that battle. Pass tipped, but Skyview keeps it. Peyton Falslev, and one. That's Mason Falslev, and one. He didn't score in the first half. Now he has 6, looking for 7. And a chance to give the Bobcats a 4-point lead. That foul called on Cooper Ward, his 3rd. McDade's in foul trouble with 4. Check that, he only has 3. They've changed that on the board there, and that's what I had him for. And look at that big board as they have the official scorebook with it. Falslev hits both free throws. He hits the free throw. He has 7 points. And it's a 4-point lead for the Bobcats. Far cry from the first time these two teams played. The Bobcats won by 33. Brimhall cuts it to 1. Brimhall with 11. 47-46, Skyview. Brimhall knocks that one out of bounds. He lobbies the official saying that Meekum touched it last. But you never win those 6 minutes to play in the ball game. Skyview by 1 with the ball. Mason Falstaff 7 points here in the second half after being held scoreless in the first half. Peyton Falstaff with the ball has 16 as he gives it up to White. Now Meekum. Now Skyview showing patience. Bagley knocks that one away and the foul called. He doesn't like it. That's his first. And it's 1-1. It's free throws from here on out. He got a lot of ball, but he may have reached across the arm to jar it free. See if we can see it here. Yeah, he reached across the left arm of Falstaff. Only the first foul on Bagley as Falstaff uses all of the rim and part of the backboard for that one. 8 for Falstaff, 1 more to make it a 3-point Skyview lead. He does. 9 now for Falstaff. All in the second half. (49-46) Skyview. Roberts, cross-court pass to McDade, firing up the three, no good. Rebounded by Roberts as Falstaff kept it alive. Roberts leans in, trying to draw a foul on Bracken Falstaff. He can't do it as Falstaff bailed out of there, but instead he draws a foul on Luke White. No, on Mason Falstaff, his third. McDade will try the three again. This one looks good, and it is good. McDade with 8, and we're tied at 49. 5 minutes to play in the ball game. A good one here at Logan High School. Meekum lobs out to Peyton Falstaff. Mason Falstaff with it. Now Luke White takes. Mason Falstaff, he's been hot in the second half, misses that one. Rebounded by Roberts. Logan with a chance to take the lead. Brimhall drives in from the left side. Falstaff gets a piece of it. Brimhall knocks it out of bounds off of White. Brimhall and White fought for it. The official right on top of it says it touched White last. Bagley set to inbounds, gives it to Brimhall. Brimhall's shot goes, and he's fouled on the follow through. See who they called that on. They're going to call it on Peyton Falstaff, his second. 13 for Brimhall. 9 here in the second half. Looking to make it a 3-point Logan lead. He does. 52-49, 4:25 to play in the ball game. Logan leads Skyview. Here's Bracken Falstaff. Rims it short, gets his rebound and puts it back. Bracken Falstaff's first bucket of the fourth quarter. He has 17. Here's Bagley with the left hand. Bagley with 19. 54-51 Logan. Midway through the fourth quarter. Falstaff at the free throw line, loses it, gets it back on the right elbow. Now Meekum. Mason Falstaff out front to White, and Peyton Falstaff with a good look. Short. Rebound fought for. It's McDade. McDade, 3-on-1, leans in, won't go. Foul called on White. Luke White picks up his first, and now both teams in the penalty, as that's the 7th on Skyview. And the Grizzly Den rumbling here in Logan. Timeout on the floor. Logan with a 3-point lead, 54-51 with 3:42 to play in this ball game, and free throws coming after this timeout. We talked about the upcoming schedule during the last timeout. how we'll start the new year with Mountain Crest at Skyview on the 6th of January. On the 11th, Morgan at Logan. That's kind of a nasty rivalry. That's a budding rivalry. Ridgeline at Logan on the 20th, so we're here 3 more times in the next month here at Logan. Ridgeline at Logan should be a fun one. Skyview at Mountain Crest on the 27th of January. And then circle this one on your calendars. The 1st of February, Juan Diego at Ridgeline. 2 of the top teams in 3A going at it in Millville as Juan Diego visits Ridgeline. Then the next week, Logan at Ridgeline, and we round out the regular season with Weber at Skyview. That one should be another good game. A region contest. So McDade goes to the free throw line with a chance to give Logan its largest lead of the second half. They lead by 3, 54-51. First free throw good. For McDade, this is his first trip to the line. He was scoreless at the half. He's got 9. He averages 10 on the season. He's right on his average. And it's a 5-point Grizzly lead with 3.5 remaining in this ball game. Skyview, the 5th-ranked team in 5A. Logan upset-minded. Here's a near turnover. McDade still looking for it, and Bracken Falslev is free underneath. Luke White, great job of finding him. 19 for Bracken Falslev as he matches Bagley for game-high honors. Brimhall, 3, rims out, rebound Bracken Falslev. Three minutes to play. Meekum wide open 3. We're tied. .50 run by the Bobcats ties the game at 56 with under 3 minutes to play. And a whistle. And what's the call? They're going to call Meekum. Getting a little too handsy. That's the 4th on Connor Meekum. One and one coming for Jensen. In a tie ball game. No pressure, son. And he makes the free throw. Josh Jensen, 2 of 3 from the line. One more. He gives the Grizzlies the lead, 57-56 with 2:48 on the clock. He hits both. Big free throws for Jensen, and Skyview turns it over. Falslev stepped across the end line. I was looking at my score sheet and didn't see it, but I saw the call. Skyview with their 10th turnover. They've done a good job taking care of the ball here in this second half. Here's Roberts on the inbounds play. 2-point Logan lead and the ball. McDade in the lane. Underhand scoop hits the bottom of the iron. Rebounded by Mason Falslev. I wondered if Logan might try to take the air out of the ball. Meekum from the baseline. Meekum with 5. Ties it at 58. Spin by Bagley. He was in trouble under the hoop, and he's bailed out by the whistle. And Coach Hilliard doesn't like that call. Neither do the Skyview faithful. And neither does Luke White, who gets called for his second. A long line of people waiting to file a grievance on that one, as you see it right there. Totally bailed out Bagley. That wasn't a good shot. He was just trying to draw a foul, and he got his wish. Bagley hits the free throw. He's got 20. Meekum's got 4 for Skyview. Mason Falslev has 3. Bagley with 21 as he hits both and breaks the tie. 60-58. Logan leading. Mason Falslev draws the blocking call, and he'll go to the line with a chance to tie this one up. called that on Brimhall. That's his fourth. McDade has 3, Brimhall with 4. Ward and Roberts each with 3. Falslev hits. Falslev with 10. Now 11, all of them here in the second half. Tied at 60. And a timeout called by the Logan bench with 2:10 remaining. A tie ball game here in the Grizzly Den at Logan High School. A 30-second timeout. And at the half, it was 26-23. And now we're sitting at 60. After that first half, if you would have told me that both teams were going to get to 60 points, I would have told you to shut your mouth and go sit back down. Here's a look at that last call. Brimhall kind of looked like he slid in there just a little late. Falslev leaned in. Falslev scoreless at the half. Started the third quarter with a couple of turnovers and a couple of missed shots. And all he's done since then is score 11 points and play some pretty tough defense on the other end. Foul situation, double bonus for both teams. Logan slowed it down in that first half. They played much more up-tempo here in the second. McDade looking at a 3, likes what he sees. Anthony McDade with 13, and he gives the Grizzlies a 3-point lead with under 2 minutes to play. 2 3-pointers in this second half for Skyview as Peyton Falslev leans back and hits. 4 3-pointers in the second half for Logan. 90 seconds left in a 1-point ball game. Logan with the ball in the lead. You keep expecting him to pull it out and slow it down, but they don't. And they get good looks like that. Cooper Ward with his first bucket. Back out to a 3-point Logan lead. Skyview's got 3-point shooters, and the best of them has the ball. He gives it up to Peyton Falslev. Here's Meekum, he misses. He was expecting a block and he short-armed it, and then Roberts, they're saying, was standing out of bounds and did not establish himself before he came back in and touched that ball. That's the right call. And Logan turns it over, and instead of having the ball in a 3-point lead with under a minute to play, the ball goes back to Skyview. And they'll have a chance to tie it up or cut the lead to within 1. Here's a look. Now watch. Meekum's like, whoa, look out. It's not Roberts, it's Ward that never got back in before he touched it. He was out of bounds, and he hadn't come back and established himself back in bounds. And he touched the ball. Kind of tapped it back to Roberts. And that's a huge turnover. That's the 11th of the game. Both of these teams turning the ball over in the first half a little bit more than the second half. 4 turnovers each here in this second half. 65-62 Logan with 59 seconds left on the clock. Both teams are shooting 2 free throws on fouls. Far cry from the last game when Skyview won it 75-42. 14 for Brimhall, 13 for McDade, 21 for Bagley, 10 for Roberts, 19 for Bracken Falslev, Peyton Falslev with 18, and Mason Falslev with 11 for Skyview. Meekum takes from Bracken Falslev. Here's Peyton Falslev. Luke White hands it off. Luke White quiet, 4 points tonight, no 3-pointers. Peyton Falslev, 4 3-pointers. Here's Meekum. Falslev finds Falslev, tying shot, got it! 14 for Mason Falslev, the freshman. ties it up. 20 seconds to play. Logan with the ball. And a chance for the win. Brimhall. Timeout Logan with 14 seconds left. Mason Falslev couldn't get out of his own way for 2 and about 1/3 quarters. And since then, he's exploded for 14 points, and he got a good look and buried the tying 3 from the right angle. We're all knotted up at 65. Logan taking a timeout to talk about this one. One more chance to win this in regulation for the Grizzlies. And I'm sure Coach Brown is telling him, look, you get the last shot or none at all. Here's a look as Falslev buries it. Ward had kind of sagged off him to the left. Falslev took the pass and scooted half a step right, freed himself up for the good look. Logan Brown, I'm sure, telling his team, look, we're getting the last shot or nothing. Run this thing all the way down. Don't leave them any time. Unless you get just a great look. I think that's what you're going to want to do. 14.1 seconds. Meekum, Falslev, White, and Falslev. It's like a law firm for Skyview. Roberts, Bagley, Brimhall, McDade, and Ward will inbounds. Into the backcourt to McDade. He works against Mason Falslev. Roberts holds. Looking for Bagley. Bagley turns the corner, leans in, scores it! Timeout Skyview, 2 seconds left. Bagley with 23, and they're going nuts at the rec center. He came off the screen, cut down the middle, got the pass, and had to lean over a couple players. Look at that. Not even really down the middle, just to the right. Gets it to go. They've got 27 seconds on the clock now, but I think they meant 2.7. There were 2.2 when they stopped the clock. I think they're going to reset it to about 2.7. But it was under 3 when that ball went through. So now Logan has to go the length of the court. Skyview has to go the length of the court. They have 3-point shooters. Falslev can shoot the 3. Mason Falslev. Meekum can shoot it. Luke White can shoot it, and he hasn't hit one here tonight. How crazy would that be? Peyton Falslev has 4 3-pointers in this ball game. The only guy that's not really a 3-point shooter is Bracken Falslev. He's had a huge game with 19 points. He'll probably inbounds. Smelling the upset here in Logan. 2.7 on the clock. Logan Brown looks at the Skyview offense that they've deployed, and he calls timeout. Wants to talk about his defense a little bit more. You wonder if he'll check somebody like Jensen into the game at 6'6" and have him stand in front of the inbounder, but the inbounder should be able to run the baseline. If you're Logan, you want to let him catch it in the backcourt. You don't want to let him throw it all the way down court. You want to let him, if they're going to catch in the backcourt, let them catch it in the backcourt and then harass him on a couple of dribbles. Skyview not even setting up to do that. They'll probably bring somebody to the ball, but everybody in the front court for the Grizzlies. Here comes Falslev. They give it to Peyton Falslev. He calls timeout as he catches it at midcourt. They do that just to advance the ball into the front court. He catches a ball and calls timeout while he's in the air. Half a second ran off the clock. That's smart, and a lot of possibilities now opened up. when you're triggering in from mid-court, 2 seconds is a lot of time. 1 timeout left for Skyview, 2 timeouts left for Logan. Logan leads at 67-65. Jared Bagley with the shot in the paint to give the Grizzlies the lead with 2.7 seconds left on the clock. Skyview now with a chance to send it into overtime or a win. Here comes Mason Falsa. They give it to Meekum, and it goes past his hands. And Logan wins. Logan upsets the 5th-ranked team in 5A. 67-65 in a whale of a ball game. 23 for Jared Bagley, 19 for Bracken Falslev in a losing effort. And we hope you enjoyed it. Thanks for joining us on the Game of the Week on the Valley Channel. 65-67, Logan with the win.
The Game of the Week on the Valley Channel is brought to you by Icon Health and Fitness, changing lives with fitness innovation. Wendy's of Cache Valley. It's way better than fast food. It's Wendy's. Mountain Star Cache Valley Hospital. Together, we're greater. Lewiston State Bank, strong and vibrant for over a century. Cache Valley Electric, a tradition of excellence since 1915. New Smile Dental, experience dental care. Camp Chef, the way to cook outdoors. Cache Valley Hearing and Audiology, bring back what you've been missing. LSS Insurance, Bob Larson, personalized insurance coverage for your family and business. The Book Table, your family store for books, music, toys, art, and much more. Planet Fitness of Logan, no gym intimidation and only $10 a month. Aspen Dental, get that gorgeous smile you've always wanted. The Logo Shop, we logo stuff, all kinds of stuff. And the Valley Channel, Cache Valley's television station for over 25 years.